This question is going to determine how far you're going to go when it comes to creating financial freedom. Let's get into it. And this is the question. Gosh, I wish I learned this in my early 20s. I would have been a lot more wealthier. But I'm going to share this with you is because so many times entrepreneurs that I meet, they have no idea about sales, revenue, profit, net profit, their taxes. It's like all over the place. And sometimes I'll talk to people that are making 6 and 7 figures and they're still so lost. I had this consulting client recently. He paid me around $3,500, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 for like an hour of my time. And as I'm talking to him, I could just sense like he has no sense of his financial accounting, like company money versus personal money, how much is going in savings. Like I could just tell it's all over the place, especially when he told me that he doesn't even look at his bank account. I mean, I look at that thing every single day. I look at all of my different assets, my investments, my cash balances, my liabilities, everything. Like it has to be reviewed daily. Now I do it myself, but I used to have 2 people literally report to me, and maybe some of that was because I was just a control freak, but whatever the case is, it worked, right? Reporting daily. Whatever you measure and whatever you report gets to be tracked and gets to be improved. There's a saying like what you measure grows, but what you measure and report grows exponentially. And you want to always thinking 5-10 moves ahead, not this, oh, today I'm going to do that tomorrow. You want to be thinking, if I make this decision today, how's it going to affect me in 3 or 6 months time, 6 years time? So back to that one question. What is that one question? It's this. And this I can tell, when I talk to entrepreneurs, I can literally tell like where they're at in their financial brain, like where they're at in their financial thermostat when it comes to actually producing income, saving, investing. And this is the question that drives. When new money comes into your life, what is the first thing that you do, right? Like when new money comes into your life, what is the first thing that you do? So I'll tell you, an average person, someone that's usually, I don't mean to say someone that has a job is an average person, but let's just say, entrepreneurs versus non-entrepreneurs. Most people, when new money comes in, they want to splash, they want to spend. Very rarely do they think about saving or investing or paying themselves first. They want to spend, they want to splash, they want to pay everyone else but themselves. They want to go out and enjoy the money. And I've seen this so many times. This is, by the way, one of the biggest downfalls of most entrepreneurs, that once they get money, they don't know what to do with it because they've never usually had it, or they've never had a huge chunk. And trust me, I know this from personal experience. When I made my first $10 million in sales at the age of 26, I made all the mistakes in the book. Like I was out spending and splashing like there was no tomorrow. I'd go out and eat the fanciest food, spending $500, $800 at a time just on food. It was like just ridiculous. And then I came across a mentor, and he shared with me this principle. And he was making basically a lot of money. He was making more than $100 million a year, and I learned this stuff from him. And he would always say, like, when new money comes into your life, what is the first thing that you do? So for me, it's always when new money comes in, I always ask myself, one, from this sale that I just made, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, whatever the amount is, how do I pay myself first? I want a piece of that, and it's usually around 30 to 50% for myself. And then I keep a percentage for taxes, and I keep a percentage to reinvest in my business. And I also ask myself, what's a percentage of that sale I can take out to invest in another asset class, right? So I don't have all of my eggs in one basket. I don't have one traffic source. I don't have one source of income. I have multiple streams of traffic, multiple streams of income. And I want to always be growing each and every single one of them. Another thing is, I ask myself, and usually I wouldn't talk about this stuff, but I think it inspires a few people, is what's a percentage of the sale I can take, or a fixed amount from every sale or at the end of each month, and how can I donate it? How can I just give it away to people in need, to orphans, to people suffering in war zones, whatever the case is? How can I donate a percentage? So when you start thinking in that sense, very rarely do I think, oh yeah, I just made a sale, so now I'm gonna go and spend it, or I'm gonna splash it on something. Sure, I do have a desire or multiple desires for fancy things, you know what I mean? Whatever, right? Like everyone has their own thing that they like to splash on. These days, I like to splash on more experiences than material objects. Now, the question back for yourself is, when a new sale comes into your business, what do you do? How do you think about that? How do you think about new money coming into your life? This will dramatically and drastically help you shift your thinking. And I can assure you, if you can start with doing it with $1,000 or $10,000, when you start learning how to manage $100K, $1 million, $10 million and beyond, you know, life gets pretty interesting, because as I say, the more cash you have, it will help you with your confidence. It will help you with clarity, with long-term thinking, with making great judgments, right? Great decisions. So next time you get new cash, what are you going to be doing with it? All right, I'll speak to you in another video. By the way, subscribe, like, comment, let me know your thoughts. I like to make one of these videos a day. I'll see you in the next video.